What's up you guys, my name is Cece. Welcome back to another video. And today we're building a thing in my forever world. We are building the first ever Parthenon, which is a new word I learned, and that word is specifically in reference to the Temple of Athena in Greece, and the replica in Nashville. A Parthenon is like specifically that building. I don't actually know if it can be other buildings, but I didn't want to call it a church because it's not a church. It's more than that. It is a temple. It is a big thing. And so my wonderful roommate showed me the word Parthenon. So it is the first Parthenon for our pantheon. I think that was pretty cool. Anyway, I built this it took me a couple weeks to build, but I finally got it all pretty much finished. I think the only thing that's missing is a couple of added life, but that's gonna come way down the line. And yeah, let's get straight into it so I can lore dump on some really cool things that I have planned. Let's get started, shall we? So here we are, beginning of the first stream I did about a month ago, working on the outside of the building. I started with the front because I had a picture to go off of. I was using Pinterest references as I do, and changing the color and like the overall like vibe of it. Now, I want to talk about the color palette just like a little bit really quickly. I mention it a lot, and I'm going to mention it a lot. I probably will never shut up about color palettes and color like blah 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 blah. But the part of the the district that I'm working on is supposed to be filled with merchants and like different types of shops and things like that. So I'm using a more lighter color palette for to like visually reference that this is a wealthier type of neighborhood, because the castle I had decided like way back was going to be like mostly calcite, mostly diorite, just like pure white color blocks. And so I wanted to make any and all houses, shops, like whatever I'm building that has any importance or any amount of like money going, I almost said laundering, money going in and out, would be a more lighter color versus like any house where like the main job is manual labor. There'll be like a more woody color or like things like that. I haven't actually like decided on the rest of the colors, but I know like if you're supposed to be making money or you have any importance in the society of the nation, that you were going to have a light colored house. So like my manor house is mostly white. Any temple throughout the entire nation will be like white. The castle will be white. But I want the rest of the wealthier, I don't want to say wealthier, it sounds gross. Like any merchant class would have like a lighter colored house with like darker elements. I also wanted to use colors as a way to visually represent on the inside and the outside, like how the family itself is doing. So you could have a very like nice light exterior, but then you go in and everything's dark and you're like, whoa, wait a minute, are they like pretending to be really wealthy when they're not? And then on the flip side, we can have a really like mostly wood house, like spruce wood house, but on the inside they've got like marble floors. They're rich, they just like don't flaunt it. And I want like there to be life in this this nation. I want there to be thought in every single choice I make. And so it might not be the choice forever, but it is the choice right now that I'm making, and I don't know if that's a good decision or not. But we'll find out. Now, I do have a list of questions here that I wrote down myself. ASMR paper noises, because I wanted to have a kind of template to talk to you guys about stuff about the world that we're in. Now, I built this building first because I really wanted to. I had the idea and I really wanted to it. And ooh, okay, we just got to my favorite part. I figured out how the replay mod works, guys. No more first person videos. Hopefully. There'll still probably be a bit of first person here and there, but I'm hoping that for any speed builds that I do in the future, I can now do a third person aspect where you actually can like see me running around building. And I think it's fantastic. I'm so glad I figured out how it worked. But I'm working on the sides of the building and all of the roof pieces. I got this done in I think 2 days. Like I out of all the footage of this, I had I think about 45 minutes of it because I was in a groove. I got off stream and built the rest of it within like the day. But so this Parthenon is for the main goddess in the Pantheon of goddesses I created for the nation. Her name is Glamara. She is the queen goddess. She is the eldest of all of the goddesses that I have created. And she is the goddess of ocean and life. So those are two very, very big things in this nation. They believe that all life begins and ends in the sea. And that was where I kind of started. I also just like the name Glamara. I think it sounds fun. That, and I also like glitter. And that's close enough to me. I also named the nation after her. I kind of named the nation and then figured out the goddesses' names because, like, why wouldn't you name your nation after the goddess you worship? Duh. So this is the official nation of Glimmerdeep, and I think that's the first time I've ever said it on YouTube. So, welcome to Glimmerdeep. It is a island nation that is whimsical. It is whimsical. It is a medieval, and it has that kind of vibe. I don't know. I'm figuring it out. I have forever to figure it out. But Glamara is the queen goddess of the Glimmerdeep pantheon. She is the eldest of 5 or 6. I don't have the piece of paper in front of me, so I can't tell you. I'll tell you when we get in game afterwards so I can show off what we're doing. We're back in first person as I'm working on the stained glass window of this Parthenon. It took me 40 minutes in a creative world to get the vibe, and then another hour and a half to actually build. But this is a sunset over the water. Sun normally gives life, it is warmth, it is all of that stuff, and then obviously it meets with the ocean just like Glamara does, and that is why. I also just really didn't want to build a person out of glass. I didn't want to know what this goddess looks like. I don't think I'm actually going to make statues of them. I might find paintings, or I might have like in the long run maybe some drawings of them, but I don't know what they look like. I haven't really decided that yet. I don't think I really want to either. I think it is a very fun mystery to have. So no stained glass of a goddess, but we did get a stained glass of a sunset instead. This is, I actually get to talk, I don't want to like talk too much about the other goddesses because I want to give more information when I build their temples and Parthenons and things like that. But I also don't have a lot on Glamara right now. I know that she is the eldest. I know that she's the queen goddess. Like, think of her as like Zeus, like she's in charge of all of them. She has a twin sister. That is the goddess of death. I don't remember what her name is. I wrote it down in the game. I didn't write it down in person. I wrote it down in game. So we'll see. Okay, so the last thing that I really want to talk about is the nation of Glimmerdeep as a whole. I've mentioned it a couple times already, and you're probably sitting there going, Cece, what the fuck is Glimmerdeep? What the fuck is a Glimmerdeep? Glimmerdeep is a island nation that I decided to create because excuse me, hey, mom's busy. Come here. I'm keeping that in. Yeah. Mom's busy. I'm sorry. Give me like a couple seconds. But so, you know the 2-week Minecraft phase, right? Very big thing in the Minecraft world, the 2-week Minecraft phase. And the reason why I always fall out of Minecraft, even though I love it so, so much, is because of the fact that I get bored. I'm not that much of a survivor builder. I just want to build, I want to like create things, and I want to be done. But this whole survivor world thing is supposed to push my limits and to like teach me things that I've never tried because I've never had really a reason to. And so I needed a goal. So I scoured the Minecraft net to look through a bunch of different seeds until I found one that I was like, I can do something with this. And that is how I found the island that I'm currently on. I saw it and I was like, epic castles, cliff faces, the whole like portside nation, the whole 9 yards. It came to me in a vision, which is great because I don't have those. And Fantasia for the win. But I wanted to have a goal, and I wanted to have that goal be like an overarching goal that I could complete within years. This is not going to be a nation that's raised in a year. It's not going to be a nation that's raised in a couple months. It is going to take me forever before I decide that this is finally finished. Because I'm not going to stop playing on like other things that me and my friends create, our little 2-week things, our Halloween stuff, our like whatever we do. I'm not going to stop doing that. But I will always come back to this world, and I will always come back to continue building on it, to continue lore dropping on it, to continue really finding my passion and like the way I want to build in this game. And that's how this started. I wanted something. I wanted to play Minecraft, but I didn't want to do it like I ever have done it before. And now we have this. We are 2 major builds deep, and man, do we have an entire nation to go. Because it's not gonna stop. It will never stop. That, and I also have to collect a lot of blocks, so I really can't stop now. The last thing I'm doing for the Parthenon, how to think of that word, is the graveyard. Now, normally, you wouldn't put a graveyard next to a Parthenon. That's not, like, that's... At least, I feel like you shouldn't. But this is also supposed to be like a temple. It's supposed to be like a gathering place, a worship place. So I thought it would be fitting to have like a small graveyard around it. I will have a bigger graveyard on the island, but this one I think will be specifically for priestesses and their families who gave their life in devotion to the goddess. Now, the last thing that we have to do is check it out in person. And it's obviously not done. There's a lot of life I need to add into it, but I'm really proud of what I built, surprisingly, for how simple it is. But it is so unlike everything I've ever built before that I was really excited to actually build it and finish it. So let's go check it out. So here I am in front of the build. As you can tell, there are some things that I added in without input. Actually, there was input, just not in here. If I turn around here, I added some lovely little flowers that I thought fit the vibe. I wanted to add some red in here, but it just was such a stark contrast. I would love to get some like glazed terracotta for the bottom of these pools. I just don't have any in the right colors right now. And then when you walk inside, you're greeted with the stained glass window. I love the way this looks in the texture pack that I have. It is borderless windows texture pack. I think it's specifically from Vanilla Tweaks, because I do have 2 resource packs on. But I really like the no bordered glass look. I think it looks really great. I am also adding in bookshelves but I literally ran out of all my bookshelves. I used to have over 3 stacks extra, and I don't. So imagine some bookshelves on both sides. I think those would look really good. But so coming down the center, you have the walkway, which is a different shade of blue than the rest of the floor. Actually light blue terracotta. I just wish it was a little more blue. And then on either side, you have the pews where you sit. Obviously, you sit here and you listen. And then up here, you have the stage, which I wanted it to be big because I didn't know if I wanted to just have this here or if I wanted to like maybe add like a drum set or a guitar or like kind of things like that nature. If I could figure out how to build them, I would like to also put them up here. And then back up at the front, I like this view. I like looking at it now. I really like this view. I like the water. I think it adds something nice. Plus like water sounds. You have the little reception desk. And then the little storage room. And then on the other side is supposed to be a bathroom. I just actually haven't completed it yet. So, empty bathroom. And then on the outside, you have the entire graveyard that I was talking about. This log is supposed to be a tree. I just want to make a custom tree because none of the trees I like do the thing that I want it to. So the graveyard is not done in the slightest. I want to go through and actually like make all the graves look different. I want to like actually add things to the mausoleums. Hello, cow. I also thought it'd be a really fun way to involve you guys into the world. I don't know how exactly I'm gonna do it yet, but I do know that I want to do subscribers over on Twitch to be added in, so like any returning subscriber would get a grave. I don't know, I think it's kind of fun to add them like that. But yeah, no, this is my church. Let me add my wings on real quick. Take a little fly around. I think it looks fantastic. I also think it keeps with the scale that I currently have been building on. It may look even bigger, but that's because it's supposed to be. It is a like, you know, big church building, big temple building. I love this stained glass window. I finished it, and when I tell you I stared at it for like 20 minutes, I did. It's because it's very simple, but I really like it. This is also, I think, my first stained glass mural ever. Like, I really think it is. But that is all I have for you guys right now. I hope you liked this video. I hope you guys enjoy what I've been putting out for my Forever World. I hope you guys like the little lore dump. Expect more of those. The lore that I have come up with for this world is probably one of the favorite things that I've been doing recently. It is a very creative process that I love. I love just like thinking of things and being like, oh my goodness, I need to add that in, and then trying to figure out how to do that. Being creative is one of my favorite things to do in the world, and doing this helps me do that. Now, that's all I've really got for you. So I'm gonna go, but if you guys don't know, I do have a Instagram, TikTok, and a Twitch that I do post on regularly. Down in the description. I stream 4 days a week, Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays. And I play Minecraft every Monday, so you guys should come hang out with me and check it out if you guys would like to. But besides that, please leave a comment or a like down below, and if you want to see how my Forever World continues to grow, why don't you just hit that little subscribe button? It would mean the absolute world to me. Believe me, it would. I scream about it every single time it happens. But besides that, I do hope you guys have a wonderful evening, noon, night, morning, whatever time it is for you, and I should catch you guys in the next one. Alright? Peace!